Hello, my name is Linda. You are watching Earth Management TV. The mantra that I'll be talking about today in this video is 100% positivity. What do you think about when you hear 100% positivity? Some people might say, that doesn't seem realistic. Some people might say, that doesn't really sound healthy. And some people might say, that sounds just darn right impossible. So when I talk about positivity, I want to get one thing clear and one thing straight. 100% positivity doesn't mean trying to be fake positive all the time, because that is not healthy at all. I agree with that. It's not trying to pretend that you're happy and positive and just to keep peace with everybody either, because now that bleeds into something we call toxic positivity. And we're not talking about toxic positivity at all. 100% positivity, the way that we mean in Earth Management, goes something like this. In everyday life, I'm sure there are times when you hear the devil on your shoulder and the angel on your shoulder in different situations and places. In other words, we have negative thoughts and positive thoughts on a daily basis. Now, 100% positivity, the essence of 100% positivity is, out of these thoughts that you have, negative and positive, which one do I choose to focus my attention on? It's not about being fake positive, fake happy. It's about these thoughts that naturally arise within me, the negative and the positive. Which one do I choose to focus my attention, choose to give my energy, choose to give my actions, my efforts, my day-to-day on? Because we always have a choice. We have a choice in what kind of thoughts we foster, what kind of energies we put out. And I think depending on that choice, it really changes the fate and destiny of one's life. Because let's think about it the other way. Let's say that I didn't choose the positive voices every single day and I chose the negative voices every single day. What do you think would happen to my life if every moment I had a negative thought and a positive thought, I ignored the positive thought and I kept choosing negative? I'm not good enough. I'm this, I'm blah, 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 negative, 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 negative. People are out to get me, la, 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 la. If I chose that kind of narrative, every day, every week, every month, every year, year after year, what do you think my life would be like? And now let's think about it the other way around. Even though I'm very aware that I have these negative thoughts, if I made the effort to choose positive thoughts about myself, that yes, I may think that I have points where I'm not good enough, but at the same time, I do see points in myself where I feel like I'm a nice person to somebody else, or I really did a great job on something. If I focus my attention on those thoughts every day, every week, every month, every year, year after year, I can do it, I'm good enough, these kinds of positive things, how would my life be different from the other one I just talked about before? So can you see the difference? At a point where I have a choice to go left or right, I choose the one where it leads me down a positive path. So that is what we mean when we talk about 100% positivity. It is a commitment that I make to myself that I choose to put myself down a positive path. And because of that, in the daily thoughts that I have, I choose the positive voice that already exists within me. Why? Because that is the voice that will get me to become the person that I want to become. It is the voice that will give me the things that I want in life. And that is what we ultimately mean by 100% positivity. So I encourage you also, become aware of all the thoughts that are naturally in your body. The negative ones, the positive ones, the neutral ones. The first step is becoming aware of what kind of narrative, what kind of dialogue I have with myself on a daily basis. And then when you're aware of those thoughts, be like, okay, well, I see I have these, but I also see that I have a tendency to choose the negative. It's not because I'm a bad person. It's just much easier for us to listen to the negative voice. That negative voice is very enticing. It's very seductive. So it's very easy, if we're not paying attention, for us to follow that negative thought. So, okay, I see that about myself. Now I'm going to step back and try to rewire my habit, rewire my thought process for me to choose the positive voice that is already existing inside of me. It's not about trying to be fake. It's not about trying to say something that I don't believe in genuinely. It's something that I already feel inside, and I choose this voice rather than the negative one. It's a very slight shift in behavior, but the aftermath is very great. Depending on one's choices every single day, I become a totally different person. So always remember that. Depending on your choices every single day, you will change your destiny to something that you actually want to be, or you unconsciously, because you're not awake, you go down a path that you never intended yourself to go down. And the choice is always yours. And I think because we have a choice, there's hope. So why don't we take some time today, maybe just a minute or two out of your day, and just feel all the voices that are existing inside of you. And then reflect on, up until now, how have I lived? What kind of habit did I have? Did I tend to pick the negative voice, or did I tend to really pick the positive voice? I'm sure there are times when you picked negative and positive, but in general, what do I tend to choose more of? And then really feeling the positive voices, the positive things that you do feel about yourself, and trying to refocus your attention there so that you grow that. There's a Native American proverb that I really love that I want to share with you that perfectly applies to this mantra. And that is, there was a Native American chief, and he told his grandson, "Son, inside of you, there's a bad wolf and a good wolf. Which wolf do you think will win?" And to that, the chief answered, "It's the wolf that you feed more." Why? Because the wolf that gets more nutrients, that gets more food, has more strength to fight the other wolf. So if we take that in context to our mantra, it's not a matter of good or bad. It's a matter of what idea, what thought, what habit do I feed more that will gain more strength inside of my mind, heart, and body. If I feed more of the negative voices will become very strong. And we all know what your life would look like if that took over. On the other hand, if I feed the positive voice will become very strong. And I believe that's the kind of life we want in one shape or another. So I encourage you, try to open your heart and embrace positivity in this light. Not about being fake, not about being superficial, not about being not genuine, not about trying to feel something that you don't feel, but trying to dig the already positive thing that exists within you. And then focusing your attention on that. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time in another video. Bye.